Thank you for tuning into the Randy Rex Show. I hope you guys are doing great and we have a great show for you. Of course, we're going to talk about this week's episode of The Traitors. We're going to visit the Real Housewives Corner, and we're also going to download our reality reckoning. So, as everyone knows, Survivor 50 is coming out soon. Very soon, I will have a little preview of the cast. You know, this is just a fun little video I'm going to do, again, mainly just for something that I can show my cousins so they can break down who they want to pick for our draft. So Survivor 50 is coming out in like 3 weeks. So that's very exciting. Like, not even 3 weeks, maybe like 2 weeks. So I can't believe it. So we're in a very interesting space right now with the Real Housewives. Potomac is almost over. They only have 3 more episodes. And then after that, it's just Beverly Hills. Until April 2nd, of course, as you all know, the Real Housewives of Rhode Island recently released a second trailer for their series premiere, along with their cast photos and some more videos throughout their social media. So that's very exciting to get to see this new iteration of the show come to life, and it comes with all of those amazing Real Housewives things that all of us fans know and love about the show and the series. Other than that, I mean, it's just Beverly Hills and Rhode Island. The only other Housewives show that is ready to go is Atlanta. So I would anticipate very soon we're going to get a trailer for their 17th season. So that's 3 Real Housewives shows right there. Atlanta, Beverly Hills, Rhode Island. If you include Potomac ending in the next 3 weeks, that's 4. There are 5 other Real Housewives shows within the franchise. The 2 frosty, long-awaited shows waiting for their return: New Jersey and New York, Orange County, Miami, Salt Lake City. So, New York and New Jersey. Apparently, New York is already shooting, and then New Jersey shouldn't be that far behind. I would anticipate that they would be shooting sometime within this year. If they're not, that is crazy. It's been a while since they've been. I think the last time that the New Jersey Housewives were on our TVs was in 2024. At the very beginning of 2024, if not 2023. The other shows, I also heard Miami is going to be filming soon too, so there's that. And then same thing with Orange County. Apparently they're going to be filming very soon. And Salt Lake City is the last one left. Obviously, like I said, it just ended. But they're also another show that it has famously had a quick turnaround time of ending the show with the reunion and then starting filming again for the next season. So I would anticipate them filming like in April or May. But that's what we have for the Real Housewives Corner. Right off the bat, we see Candace and Rob meet up at the turret, and they are ready to go. I don't know if this is just Rob's tactic, but he kind of just like eased his way into the conversation, and Candace has made it clear she knows that screaming and yelling isn't going to work with Rob. So she's coming into this calm, cool, and collected. And they kind of go over what happened. Rob tells her why he went for Lisa. And Candace is not buying anything that he's selling. Alan comes in and lets them know they are either going to murder someone tonight or they're going to seduce someone and have them join them as a traitor. Ultimately, they decide to keep murdering and not let anyone join in. And Rob tells Candace, because he really didn't want to seduce anyone and he is in favor of murdering, he will let her choose who is being murdered. So they kind of go through their list of options. They give us reasons why. I think it's Johnny, Steven, and Colton. Ultimately, we get to the breakfast table and we see that it's Colton that was murdered. Everyone is shocked because they were so certain he was a traitor. Then we get to see Rob tell us that, he's willing to give this over to Candace. He doesn't want Colton to be murdered, but this is something that he is going to give to her to appease her because he knows how pissed off she is. Before we even get to the murder reveal, people are talking about Candace and they are super suspicious of her being a traitor. We even hear from Johnny, and he tells us that it's hard for him to see Candace as a traitor because she is an ally, but he is seeing the same things that other people are seeing. In this challenge, they are broken up into 2 teams, a team of 3 and then a team of 8. The team of 3 are going to go away to a gallery, and there is a, an amulet hidden there. So those are the only people that are going to be able to potentially find an amulet. So there's that layer of strategery in there. So basically those, on top of being able to find the amulet, those 3 people are going to receive a picture from the other team. The 8-player team is going to be broken up into 2 teams of 4. They're each going to get an empty picture frame with a description of what the picture is. They will have to recreate this picture for the team of 3 back in the gallery. They will get that picture and they will have to figure out what they're trying to recreate. And for every correct one they get, they add $3,000 to their pot. So they end up getting, I think it's, 15,000? 12,000, because they only get 4 right. One of the teams of 4 gets all 3 of theirs right, and then the other team of 4 only gets 1 right. Kristen finds the amulet, and it's funny because Rob was in that group, and Candace did not want him to be in that group, but he got his way. We see the 2 of them kind of going at each other again in the castle, where Candace is bringing up Rob to Kristen, and I think it's Johnny in the kitchen. And at the same time, Rob is talking about Candace to Moira and some other people. So it's like they're both going at each other. So when we get to the round table, we hear from Johnny again. And he is talking about how it makes sense for Candace to be the traitor, but he still cannot wrap his head around that because she's such a big ally of his. And so he is focusing on Steven instead of that to kind of keep his head away from that. He brings it up right away. And again, this is something that I'm going to test. I really want to see if my theory proves to be accurate. And I kind of want to play around with it a little bit. They brought up someone first last round table, and that person was not getting eliminated. So this round table, they brought up Steven. Spoiler alert, he did not get eliminated. He did not get banished. So that's theory number 1 that I'm going to try out. The first person that is brought up at the round table is not eliminated. But part 2 of my theory testing that's going to go on is that person then eliminated in the next roundtable, or even just eliminated next in general. So I'm gonna track this throughout the rest of the season and any future seasons of Traitors that I watch. But pretty much everyone votes for Candace, except for Candace, of course. She votes for Rob, and then Natalie votes for Tara, because it comes to light that Tara is coming for Natalie. So Natalie is still hot on everyone's lips, but she escapes this round. Candace is banished, and she reveals to everyone that she is a traitor. They got another traitor back to back. These faithfuls are killing it. So we see Rob alone, the lone traitor left in the game, in the turret. Alan comes in and tells him basically he is seducing someone. They're either going to accept his invitation to become a traitor with him, or they're going to get eliminated. When he goes through the people he's thinking of picking, he's thinking Mark, Eric maybe, Johnny maybe, but he ends up picking Eric. And as Eric is going to meet Rob, the traitor, he's like, I am a faithful. I will die a faithful. And we see Eric's shocked face when Rob reveals himself as the traitor. So what's going to happen next week? We're down, to the final 10 now. And I don't think that Eric is going to eliminate like that. I think he will become a traitor. He will join Rob to try to make it to the end as a traitor. But it's just, God, who knows what's going to happen. That it's just so dicey with someone like Eric, because as Rob mentioned, Eric is someone who could potentially outmaneuver him and get him out of the game the same way he got Lisa and Candace out of the game. So that's a pretty risky pick, but Rob has been doing amazing thus far. He got this far without people suspecting him, and even in this episode, Candace was throwing his name out there hard at the round table. And it's just like she said, she was going at it with a cool head, but she was unrelenting, and it was very, not benign, but almost just very, clinical and matter of fact. And it wasn't very loud and aggressive, and that's what she was trying to do. But she still, she still put his name out there, and theoretically, you would think that this is something that is going to screw Rob over. People are going to put two and two together and be like, okay, well, Lisa was a traitor, Candace was a traitor. Here's Candace calling out Rob. Maybe she's pointing out the other traitor to us. But we hear from the other contestants that they really don't understand why Candace would throw Rob's name out there, and none of them believe that he is a traitor. And we kind of get a confirmation of that when Eric does see Rob, because of how shocked his face is. But until next time, stay savvy and stay faithful. This is Chico, everybody. I don't know if you can see him. Come here. Come here. Careful. Can y'all see him? He's a sweetie. Okay, go over there, Tata. Good boy. Well, I can't think of a better way to end the show than that. I hope y'all all enjoyed it, and I can't wait to see y'all next week so we can talk about all of this juicy traitor gossip. And yeah, take care.